always say they're really fascinated by seeing the behind the scenes, the inner workings of a church. And I always tell people, we're not trying to bash the church. That's not what we're doing with Saints and Sinners. These are individuals. We're telling human stories. The setting just happens to be in a church.
Do you go to church and do you look at your pastors and first lady's different now, or is it the same?
Let me start by saying I am a DK. Okay, my folks was deacons in that thing. I sang in the choir. I directed the choir. We were at church 4-5 times a week. I saw it. I mean, not in depth like that with the murder and all that other stuff. But you knew who was sleeping with who. You knew who wasn't really right with their business. You knew who was scamming who. Like you know, but you just didn't talk about it because you wanted to get your praise on. So this isn't anything different than what I think that we've experienced it. I think the fact that we're bringing it out gives us more of an opportunity to just kind of talk about it.
I know I have a lot to say because I've been doing this so long. I was told by one of the national networks, I went up for a big TV movie. And they took me in a room, and a white producer and a black female director said the networks think you're so scary, you're going to scare everybody. I'm about to write my book, so I'm going to talk about it anyway. And I don't have no problems with ABC, CBS, NBC, but I am so overjoyed, first of all, to see what's happening with Panther and to see the diversity. And this cat right here is like my brother. When I say when I was down, Eric has hired me for the last 10, 15 years, straight, no chaser. But I'm going to just say this.
He's a great actor.
I was the worst actor in my program. I was just worked harder than everybody. I want to be a football player. But I'm going to say it personally, and I've said it to Bounce family before, I wouldn't have a place to be if it wasn't on Bounce. It's the only network that allows me to do the kind of work that I can do. I'm just an actor. I wouldn't grab Carly Red by the face. In fact, I didn't want to grab her, but I'm an actor. You know, they didn't want Al Pacino. They didn't want Marlon Brando in The Godfather. It wouldn't be the same Godfather. So for me, devoid of anybody except Eric, I wouldn't have a place to be. So all the work that I've done, I would probably end up just living off my pension. But Bounce said, hey, you know, we're going to create this character. And in The Under Shepherd, I played a pastor who was a nice guy, couldn't preach, was funny. And then I became Rex Fisher. And then you go, okay, and tying those guys, I get a script sometimes and I go like, Rex ain't gonna say this. And she's like, oh, Cliff, you're always gonna push the envelope. I wanna play him like the Godfather. So they allow me to kind of like, I got a scene one time when I spit on the window and called, I said, you fucking, I didn't say effing, I said, you bitch. And we left that in there. And it's so powerful. So Bounce is doing something, and I know this will sound crazy, because things are happening right in front of us that are changing the history of television and film in this country forever. I've never seen African Americans with different hair and hues and colors. Back in my day, Wesley's agent sent him in for a role. They called him and said, don't send anybody darker than Denzel. Do your homework. Do your homework. Go watch and read and find the article, Black Hollywood, White Hollywood. So I'm telling you, get out and get the people to watch this show so we can have 10 more shows like this and even more, because it's making history. It's making history here because Bounce is the only network that would allow, the last character we've ever seen, and I'll stop right here, is a man called Hawk. That's a strong black man who's not afraid to be tough like those guys on The Godfather. And it's all acting. And it would not happen. And I say it every time I do an interview, I say it. It would not happen. I'm so happy right now, I don't know what to do. Because when you turn 62, you're trying to figure out, okay, how I'm going to pay these bills, how I'm going to keep my career going. And when at the height of my career, ICM, CAA, William Morris, I ain't bitter about it, didn't sign me. And the networks were like, he's just too edgy. Bounce said, hey, we like this cat, let's do it, and this is what you see. And it's all acting. And so we gotta get the word out. We gotta let this show run for 25 seasons, and we gotta get another 20 come 25. Now I'm trying to buy a boat. That's all. No, but I just wanted to put that out to you all because I wanna give a shout out to you all because what you all do, not just the African American press, but the press in general to support us, because this is history in the making.
And also to lobby that just with us as producers, we just feel good being able to hire people. You know, sometimes we're fans of these people's work as well. So, oh my God, we got this person that's going to be in the show, and it just adds the caveat to the show. And it's just a great show, and it's good work, and we have fun. I don't know anybody else on set. Everybody pretty much have fun shooting this, and we become sort of like a family.
No, we have. Everybody has.
I think my man moved here from Baltimore. We gave him a welcome party.
Yeah.
Him and his wife. So yeah, it was just.
You know, and I just want to thank Swirl Film.
Yeah.
You know what? Because I'm going to tell y'all, I was the only person in the lead cast of Saints and Sinners Atlanta based. So, you know, everybody else is from LA in our lead cast except me. But they took a chance on me. And they said, you know what, we want to give someone local opportunity. And I went in and read sent my tape in with George Pierre. And they cast me as Dr. Christy Johnson in Saints and Sinners. So I just want to thank Swirl Films for taking a chance on a local talent.
Well, Keith and I produced a film called The Under Shepherd. And if you go back and take a look at that cast and look at Greenleaf's cast, you will see. So we were on the way with this show, and then our earlier conversations with Bounce. This was always an idea and an iteration of something that the network wanted to do. It just happened to be a synergy there, and then we just kept going. So it's always going to be we're definitely competitive. Who was first? Whose idea was it first? I will say Keith and I had a film that we had done specifically with Russ Parr, actually, which was what was great about circling Russ back in on the church from Russ's point